Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing out there? I felt like playing the game. I felt like playing MCoC. I did not finish the event quest last month, as some of you, hopefully a lot of you know. I have been on vacation, and if you caught the streams last night from the Vega Battlegrounds Championship, myself and Steel went. I accomplished my goal. I still lost to Steel, and then Campo and Nerd put on a phenomenal show. And some of you who caught that may know I am not feeling the best. And I was like, you know what I should do? I should live stream some MCoC. What's up, Rogue? What's up, Bitter Steel? If you all can hang with me here for a minute, I'm gonna tweet this out. Let's get some folks knowing that we are doing this, and then we're gonna jump straight into this because I am hoping to get at least to Shocker and to Sandman today. Let's see if that's possible. All right. How are they so far? Have any of you got there to them yet? All right, we've got this. I'm writing. I'm feeling spicy and streaming. That seems like a good thing. I think that's a good combo. I feel solid about it. It feels like, I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? What could go wrong in that scenario? If you're aware of something that could go wrong, you let me know. But right now, I just don't see it. I'm feeling spicy and streaming. Come ask me stuff live right now. All right, cool. Let's get to it. Let's get to this. Let's jump straight into it. Beguile, what is up? LC Music Tracks, Joey, and Tracis. I did it. I did it. Maybe we should just stop the stream now. I said the name like DLL does, and I didn't even stop or stutter. I did not stop nor stutter. Steven, what's up, bud? Joey, I feel a little bit better. I feel well enough to do this. I have not had a bunch of Dayquil, which is what I did yesterday to kind of get through the day. So yeah, I guess I am feeling a little bit better. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. All right, let's take a look at what is in store for us. I've got a bunch of revives in the stash, so I'm not exactly worried about it. Each time a contact lands a heavy attack, they have a okay. So armor break, cool. Every 3 seconds, defender gains permanent armor up. Fair enough. Oh, good. Here's one of those ones where we get to do a lot of reading. I love that. I love that. I went through like 25 years of schooling so I could go do more reading when I play a video game. When the striker finishes a combo, a 5-second timer started. Okay, whatever. The defender rewards 75% more spirit. Oh, good. Teen spirit, like Nirvana. When struck, but while the attacker is below maximum spirit, the defender. What the heck? What the heck is spirit? Can someone tell me what spirit is? Why? The defender rewards 75% more spirit. Oh, it's for the striker? Oh, that's right, because the strikers are in EQ now, and they ran the deals for them. Got it. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. So we want Cosmic Champions. That armor break stuff. Fantastic. All right, and who's the boss? Who's the lovely boss for this? None other than Miles himself. He's going to do stuff to us. He's got redoubled determination and bubble shield. Heavy attacks uninterrupted. Okay, so we want a miss counter if we can do it that does not land debuffs. Fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. Cosmic Champions. I'll admit, I kind of just want to tear through this, so we're going to go as OP as we possibly can. I feel like those champions are traditionally good in MCoC, so I feel pretty confident with them. Is there a world where I would need... There could be a world where I would need Angela. Them. And I feel like Professor X will handle young Miles there for us. Where is he? Is he hiding from me? Why is he hiding? There he is. He's right in the middle of the screen, hiding with that huge helmet on. How does the side quest work? Avux, it looks to me like one of those side quests that I always make fun of, where I'm like, you go and you do the quest, and then you're going to get a thing, and then you're going to use that thing to open up another quest. And then when you do that extra quest, you're going to get another thing. And then that thing, and it just continues on. So I am, like I said, I'm feeling spicy today. And so the side quest, I'm like, I'm going to wait for Cap Murdoch to put out a phenomenal infographic. And then I'll probably go do it after that. And I'll still hate every single second of it. Bitter, I'm mostly going to be lurking while doing some editing. Have a good stream. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. And for those who don't know, Bitter will be doing a matchup here in about an hour and 20 minutes. A pretty big one against none other than Zuzu. Tom Jarvis, what's up, dude? I appreciate you all knowing what the striker gadget spirit thing is. Smells like Teen Spirit to me. Armor break counts for your double determination. Remember that the hard way? Ooh, that sounds like a tough one to find out. That sounds like Stanley Phillips describing this perfect house that launches to the moon. All right, let's jump into this. The worst thing that happens is we use revives or we have to start over. That is the worst. OG Highline. Things are getting pretty serious, my friend. 19 months. 19 months short of my wife. I think that's the second longest relationship in my life. So that's saying something. That is saying something. Thanks, Jules. Thanks for being here. All right. I know some people love to read that. Let's pretend that I am not reading it because I don't want to spoil it for you. Let's pretend. Let's pretend. And let's go on this path. This looks like a good path to go on. Thanks, Jules. I'm doing all right. I'm a little bit sick, so I've been taking these vacations here, and we went up to the snow. There was a lot of snow. There was a lot of snow in the Tahoe Truckee area. For those who aren't familiar with it, I realize I'm showing my screen there, which I don't mean to be. I'll get that down. Oh, that's from when we did that stream the other night, and we had a great time. And my kids were both clearly a little bit sick as we went off. Like, they were at the tail end of colds. But for those of you who have kids or remember what it was like to be one, you kind of almost constantly have some version of a cold. And so I think both my wife and I have now caught that. She really does. Yeah, I could tell. She's like, I'm going to block and I'm going to pretend that I won't hit you, but I'm really just setting up an intercept. You could tell that she was setting that up. Thanks. I am feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday, for sure. I'm feeling a lot better. And it's pretty... the big thing is that none of us have COVID, so I feel good about that. But also, we're about to leave on another trip on Saturday. And this one will be a little bit longer, and it's a bit of a beach vacation. Where we're headed isn't super hot, but I think it'll be warm enough to enjoy a pool and the beach. So I'm excited about that. This Captain Marvel is not messing around. She wants her time on air. It is becoming abundantly clear to me that I misread the node because I thought Cosmic Champions had a chance to armor break. And either I'm getting absurdly unlucky or I misread the node. Thanks, Jules. When my... SO, I'm unfamiliar with that abbreviation. Significant other. Taught dance to kids, starting her job. We were constantly saying, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's not their fault. They're just little germ amplifiers. You know? It is what it is, right? But that's why you're constantly like, did you wash your hands? Each time a contract lands an attack, they have a 10% chance for each armor break on defender. Okay, like I said, chances are I read it wrong. All right, so I guess we'll go with Cosmic Ghost Rider. That was nice of Kabam to make a whole event quest for Slayer of Gods. That was cool. That is cool. All right. let's do bad things to this Captain America. Slackator, what's up, bud? Get well, Vega. Thank you. Been there. I have a couple of walking petri. Yeah, exactly, man. And it's good though, right? Like, I mean, it stinks when you're sick, and I can't believe how much I have been sick. I'm gonna get this little thing off. Let's see here. Where is it? Why is that up there? How can I get rid of it? It is definitely from when we did the stream the other night where the game was down. I think it's right there. Nope. Why is that there? I'm sure you all can see it in the bottom left. That's got to be it. No, that's not it. What the heck? Oh, here it is. Gone. Be gone. Be gone. But like I remember like when COVID first hit, right? And like schools were shut down and everything. I had 2 kids at home. And as a guy that works at home, boy, was that fun. But no one was sick. Like, no one got sick for like a year. Like, not even a sniffle, not a cold, not a cough. It was like literally nothing. And that was fun. But then as soon as they went back to school, you know, they immediately started having sniffles, cough, colds, flu, and everything like that. And I actually recall talking to them, you know, because they're young, they're so young, and they would be constantly concerned that they had COVID. And it's like, no, this is just what life before COVID was like. Don't worry, you're gonna be okay. This cable's gonna go red, and I'm gonna really regret not taking an armor break champions. This is fun. Come on, dude. All right, let's see that delicious SP3 out of Ghost Rider. The art department spent a lot of their time and talents on it. Let's show it to the people. It is actually really cool. That's why they put this one in the first quest, so Slayer can only have his fun there. That's the thing with Slayer though, man. They try to slow him down and he's just like, you can't do that. Cosmic Ghost Rider will get around it all. And I will show you how. Alright, alright, alright. Here we go. Here comes the end of Cable. Bye, Cable. What's up, Bean? How's the war season going, dude? It's funny, like, you know, now that I've been in 4 Loki and in SSX, I have like 80 war videos a day to watch. I think 80, that feels like a safe estimate. It's a lot. But I have actually really enjoyed it. Because of the vacation and everything, it's been Rob's. I've been really enjoying Rob's videos this season. I think I'm all caught up. I think he's put out all 3. Yeah, he has. I just watched the TCN one, and it is comedy gold, and it's cool to see Rob. He's such a great guy. It is cool to see him, the leader of a place, having so much success. Yeah, he deserves it. He's a great guy. He's stuck with it, playing this game the right way this whole time. And I'm sure he's seen a lot of things. And he is not... Oh, man. Sinister attacked us late. Thank you, Sinister. And so I've just enjoyed his videos for a variety of reasons. He's hysterical. He's a great guy. I think having been in his alliance now, I kind of gotten to experience it more. And then, of course, the fact that y'all are winning. The fact that y'all are winning and taking out TCN. That's amazing. Nerd still doesn't give me enough fights. So bad. Being, well, you only getting like 10? Is Nerd only giving you like 10 fights a war, my friend? Don't worry, I should be back next season, and I will demand you get at least 15. At least 15, a minimum. A minimum of 15 fights of war. Oh, this Void's going to be a real pain here. This Void, I almost guarantee I die to this Void. Some of you are like, there's no way you can die to that Void. And I'm like, I bet I can. Wish you were still with us. Yeah, I appreciate the sentiment. No. I don't think I would have enjoyed this season as much as like I would love to be there with y'all. I think if when we're honest about it, I think I would have been stressed, and so I think we made the right call. As much as I do miss everyone. Which is a lot. I miss everyone a lot, you know. I mean, because I was friends with so many y'all in SSX before I even joined. It's part of why I ended up there. 15 fights for Beans, but only one with Doom and Nick. So Beans got to take all their fights with who? With who? Deadpool X-Force? Nerd is mean to us. Rye, what's up, dude? Rye, are you in BG1? Did you take my spot? Someone had to. I like the idea of it being you. Noel so fat. I know, Athon, I messed up, dude. As usual, I misread the node. I was stuck on what the heck is Spirit? Can someone tell me what Spirit is? Fortunately, the chat did know what Spirit was. And so I just misread the node. Pretty wild, though, that we're in a world where I'm using CGR and we're like, you know who's faster? Um, 15 fights. I knew that's the reason I completely agree for your sake. Two things can be true. Yeah. You know what's funny is, and I actually really, I appreciate and like this alliance I'm in right now, CPA. It seems like a great group of players. My buddy Dante is, I don't know if he's the full leader of the alliance, but he does a lot of the recruiting and he's clearly a leader in the alliance. Does a phenomenal job. And one of the things that's every time I've taken a break from Tier 1 War, I have done this. Is, you know, everyone's like, well, AQ sucks. AQ does suck, right? Like, come on. If I tried to tell you it wasn't, you'd be like, you've just lost all credibility. But doing other maps with players who are less active, right? Tier 1 players tend to be almost like it's a little concerning how active we and or they are. But doing AQ with them and the fact that both SSX and 4Loki were kind enough to give me at least backup in one section, I'm doing so much more AQ now than I have done in a long time. And I don't enjoy it. To the surprise of no one, I don't enjoy it at all. But I am sometimes logging in to do AQ, like, I'd say about four times. Because I think that's just the level of activity that I have in this game. And so I know that AQ's not fun. So I will often, you know, at least check it. Yes. Oh, shoot. I almost messed myself up there. But it's a great group. I've really been enjoying doing war with them. They clearly have some very skilled players multiple times. I've been bringing in Absorbing Man a lot. And because there's been some tough fights, like hazard shift fights and stuff like that. Shoot, I can't think of the player's name. And I'm saying player because I don't know, you know, if it's a dude or not. But he's very good, and he's been handling the fights. And so I actually probably should talk to him. He's got a Rolk, a really nicely highly ranked Rolk, and a highly ranked Nebs. And I should talk to him to see, because I don't think he needs me to do those fights. Because he's been soloing them and kicking butt with it. It's been really cool to see. Is it Fear? I'm sorry, buddy. On the off shot you're watching, I'm sorry I can't recall your name right now. That was a good time for the node to kick in. I don't log in enough to do AQ. Tom, is that what you tell everybody? When they're like, Tom, you got to do AQ. You're like, I'm sorry, I don't log in enough to do it. Yeah, if I did, I would do AQ, but guys, I'm just not on enough. That must go over real well in officer chat. And they're like, he's got a point. You can't argue with that kind of logic. You can't argue with it. You can't do it. What's up, P-Dubs? I'm feeling well enough to be like, I'm in a bad mood. I'm feeling spicy. I should play video games in front of a bunch of people. I'm feeling well enough to have done that, to make that bad decision. Yeah, right, guy. Way to go, dude. BG2 and BG3 are pretty awesome in SSX, but BG1, it's where it's at. It's where it's at. It is where it's at. All right, let's move on. We got to keep going here. Oh, we're making decent progress. We might have to pick up the pace a little bit, though. I'm not sure how we'll do it, but we're going to try to figure it out. If anyone's like, hey, dude, this champion's really fast for this quest, let me know so we can just speed this up. What do we got here? Whenever attacker inflicts the defender with an armor break debuff, the defender is also inflicted with a passive heal block. Very good. Tech attacker gains an indefinite passive fury, increase attack rating whenever the... All right, so we want to heal block them. Every 15 seconds, the defender passively regenerates. All right, they're going to be healing. Striker vulnerability. Kabam's like, have we told you strikers are cool? And hey, there's a deal you can get. Just give us some money and we will upgrade your strikers. Strikers deal a burst of direct damage, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and more of that spirit. A lot of spirit, a lot of team spirit here. This is good. So if you have a tech attacker with heal block or with armor break, you're good to go. Omega Sentinel, thank you. And Warlock, thank you. Oh, I didn't even check to see who the boss was. The boss is Doc Ock, whose animations, I don't care how long I play this game, Doc Ock's animations will always mess me up. The defender gains a permanent armor buff, increasing blah, 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 blah. The defender, I hate the GS stuff. Each heavy attack strike against the defender removes one charge. Electric you send the defender stun while under the... Okay, so we're going to Gallon this. Yep, I think it's Gallon. Okay, so tech and Gallon. What else? Oh yeah, Warlock. And Penny's got a heal block, right? Yeah. And who's her little synergy that gets her started a little faster? Yeah, let's see. You never know. You never know when you might need Spider Ham. And I believe Gallon. I believe Gallon's the one who will destroy that fight. But if you need someone... Okay, Gallon will cheese that, I think. Spirit is like combat power. Mega Sentinel Vision Warlock. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thank you, chat. So we can speed this up and get going. MCoC Trevor, hey, I hope all is going on. Thank you very much. Same to you as well, my friend. Speaking of which, does anyone know where Enzo is? I haven't seen him in forever, and it kind of makes me a little bit sad, honestly. I really like Enzo a lot. Should reach out to him. But he tends to stream when I am unavailable to watch. And so I haven't seen him in forever. Oh, why did I not bring in Hulkbuster? That needs to be fixed right now. Absolutely. I love playing Hulkbuster. What am I thinking? Joey, you just saved the stream. I love playing Hulkbuster. Love, 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 love it. Seriously, one of my... potentially my favorite champion in the whole game to play. I try to, every once in a while when I do the champion rankings, the video, I try to point out, like, I might be slightly biased on this one. I think he's so good. And people use him to do great things. Like, I remember him taking out, was it like EOP Bishop? I think it was EOP Bishop. All right, let's Hulkbuster it up. R5 Hulkbuster when? Well, let's not go crazy. Let's not. That's great. Let's. Whoo! Right guy putting me on the spot. You know, he's good. He's good, but you know, I only got one of those rank 5s right now, and you know, when the floodgates open, we'll do it. We'll do it. Although, you know what? I do think there's a small chance I would consider him. Yeah, now you got me thinking, buddy. You've got me thinking. Those who've seen me stream a lot know that's a bad idea. You do not want me thinking. Uh-oh, I did this to myself. Thought I was being clever. But I wasn't. Very good. Bryce inspired all of us. Yeah. Hulkbuster's ridiculous, but I think that's a Bryce is ridiculous. Bryce actually is supposed to be going against, again, I know this is where you can tell I'm not a professional streamer, YouTuber. You all knew that already. But in 1 hour, two matches in the Vega Battlegrounds Championship, the 3-star, pretty big matches, actually, both of them. Huge implications for the knockout stage, which is starting also today. Will be Bitter Steel versus Zuzu and DLL versus Bryce. Both going to be awesome. We should get links up at some point. I should have done that. But yeah, it's not often that you're watching someone on YouTube and they're like, hey, you should go watch this other thing. It's going to be very exciting. What's up, Snoops? How you doing, bud? You know what? Now, I actually really like Hulkbuster's signature ability, and my 6-star has a really good sig now. So I was going to say, if he came out as a 7-star, I would be tempted to rank him early, but I actually don't think I would. Mainly because of how much I do like the sig. I know a lot of you are like, well, just don't get hit, but that's just not, that's part of how I play. Wow, that was cool. $40,000 heavy. I love Buster. What's up, dude? 1 year, 12 months. How was being up north, man? How was the Bay Area? How did it treat you? I know you sent me the message. You went to some of the places you and I had been talking about. Did you make it to the Exploratorium? I was really curious if you made it to that and if you enjoyed that. I think the Exploratorium is pretty awesome. Anyone ever been up here in San Francisco? Exploratorium, it's a lot of fun for adults and kids. Big Germ, what's up, dude? I'll read your question in a minute. I started the fight before I should. I'm trying to read it because I can see you're talking about the revives. All right. There we go. Why is this doing no damage? What was that? Was I just missing it? It's not critting, huh? Where do I type the code for the EQ? Also, what path has way? Daddy Pluto. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, my friend. This I am not going to be the right source. As much as I know I'm supposed to tell you, like, stay here, watch me, it'll be fun. I have no clue. I hate this kind of side quests. I can't stand it. If you figure out the answer, though, I'd really appreciate you letting us know. Come back, let us know. But I have no idea. I cannot stand this type of side quest. I know some people enjoy it, and I know Kabam puts a lot of time into it, and I appreciate that. And, you know, we're not all going to enjoy the same thing, so I get it, but I can't stand this kind of quest. Okay, Big Germ's question was, not sure if you've ever addressed the revive nerf that is happening, if you have any talks being part of the CCP for Kabam. Oh, my friend. Yeah, so... I try not to talk about stuff that I don't know anything about, you know, or if I do, I try to just kind of theorize and listen a lot. And so that's why that's when a lot of these upsetting things happen. I tend to just listen and say, and I think I put it out on my community page on YouTube and on Twitter. And I've done this for a variety of things that have been upsetting. Like, remember when loyalty changed? And I was like, look, guys, I've played this game for so long. Here's what's going to happen. Kabam's going to come out with this change that they will either feel or say they feel. I don't know their mindset. I can't say that they feel has to happen for the longevity of the game, for whatever. Okay, they will have their reasons. We, the community, will tell them how wrong they are, and we'll all do it in a variety of ways. Some with like outrage and what have you, and some of us will just be like, go to the forums and be like, you know, here's why this was a bad idea. And then inevitably, and over usually a pretty short period of time, Kabam will be like, okay, and they'll do something that ultimately kind of strikes this happy medium eventually for what Kabam feels that they need to continue making the game and allows enough players to continue playing. One of the and I tweeted this out, I think on, I don't know, I was on vacation. I don't remember what day I tweeted this out, but it was to this extent of this. Remember that Kabam's job is to try to keep enough of us happy to keep playing. Remember, ultimately, you're in charge. You're in control. I know that might mean not playing the game anymore, and that sucks. But you are the customer here. That doesn't mean we get to demand whatever we want, right? Like, we don't walk into a restaurant and be like, I'm eating with my feet, and you're going to like it, right? We don't do that. I mean, you could, but it's not a good idea, and you're probably going to get kicked out. But it's up to the restaurant to satisfy you, to make you happy, so you'll keep coming back. So keep that in mind. And if you provide your feedback, I think it's good to provide it in a rational, thoughtful way, because it's a lot more likely to get read and not be dismissed. That's just life. And then if you don't like what's happening, don't play. Of course, me as a YouTuber, I'd love it if you keep playing or at least come watch my streams, but I'm also not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's the truth. You're the customer. Kabam will either keep you happy or they won't. And that's up to you. And only you can figure that out. So... you know, Athon, I don't know, man. I know there was a long period of time where I thought that because it was so, it wasn't repetitive and that it happened so often. It was that it so often happened in these scenarios that I was like, they got to know what they're doing, man. I mean, they are in the driver's seat. It's just, they can't push it too far, right? Now, the CCP, because that's why y'all asked me, or that's why Big Germ did anyways, is like, based on what I see in the CCP, no, that's not their mindset. That is definitely not the mindset of the people who are interacting with us, of the people who are getting our feedback. It feels very clear that they are saying like, okay, let's listen. We didn't think of that, or thank you for this context or this point of view. We'll come back with something that maybe meets those and lets everyone be happy. So take that for what it's worth. It is the truth. I can definitely say that. Adam's Seaton's video. So... I thought about doing a video that was going to be a reaction video to Brian's reaction video of Seaton. I thought that would be pretty funny, but I realized I am not a college student and I do not have that much time anymore to do things I just think are funny. I would have enjoyed that. I did watch all of Seaton's video. I feel like I feel like Seaton made a lot of great points. I actually do. I think most of the points that I agree with were once he actually stopped talking about the revives. I think it turned into a bit of more of a state of the game, type video. And I again, I haven't talked to the man about it, but I felt like in listening to it, if you know people well enough, when they make pauses or they feel like they're on their way to a point and then they go to make the conclusion, but you can kind of see they kind of go somewhere else. I felt like he became aware of that. And I think he even said something in the end about thanks for listening to this tangent, or thanks for listening to, I don't remember exactly what he said. But I agreed with it, a lot of it. And for me, it falls into this point of, I can almost always identify with a lot of the player base because I'm a tier 1 player without the skills of what you traditionally think of a tier 1 player, right? Like, I'm the guy who's all their friends are like playing college basketball, and I'm the equipment manager. But they keep me around because they really like me and I have a nice personality, and like every once in a while they need a 5th guy to fill out the roster, right? And so I can often identify with players who are like, hey, that's cool that you tier 1 guys are so excited about the nuance and the kit of this champion that takes forever to read, but like I just want to mash buttons. And I just want to play Hulk over and over. That's why, like, I love Hulk, and I did the video on Hulk. But a lot of, I think, tier 1 people are like, I'm not so sure. There's not enough nuance. I don't know if there's going to be enough for it to be used in war. Will he make my Battlegrounds deck? And I'm just like, I hit buttons, things died. I had a great time with it. And so I'm able to kind of see both sides of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think I was joined on call quite a while ago. I've just been on a tangent myself. Campo, what's up, bud?
Hey man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Sorry. Yeah, I was on a roll and having fun just talking there. But how you doing? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man. No, things are good over here. I was actually going to come into your stream and see if I could eat with my feet. I don't know if that's something we do here, but I heard that's a thing now. So it
is allowed at Vegas. That's one of the reasons people like it here. Is we have a strong no silverware policy. And you actually get 10% off your meal if you eat with your feet.
All right. Well, then I'm all in, man. I'm ready.
You could tell, like, I'm not 100% because I was going to go with those places that have on the no shoes, no shirt, no service signs. And I turned that into eating with one's feet.
Yeah, that's like a whole extra level of insanity. I love it.
It is.
Perfect.
Oh man, how you doing, Blake? Are you? I assume you're home. Are you back?
I am home. I am not doing anything today, which is nice. I was even thinking of streaming myself, but I don't know. After last night, I'm still recovering from that.
Dude.
That was wild.
You
Absolute
guys,
wildness.
Did you have it in you to go back and watch my or Nerd stream at the end?
Yeah, I did. That was hilarious. I mean, that's the dream right there, when the champ's red and they don't throw, but there was so much that happened before that, to only focus on that one moment. But it was, I think it was a fitting way for like the king of nukes to just absolutely nuke that Mephisto down. It was just so on brand that like I couldn't be upset about it,
You're a great dude, man.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Campo also, we have a rule in the tournament where if I'm not watching a matchup and there's a scoring bug or, a disconnect or whatever, this isn't going to kill him, is it? All right. Then we just score it as the game scores it. And there's a variety of reasons, and we've talked about it at length for a bunch, but it's basically for efficiency, to try to make a better viewing experience. And just as important with those is I don't want, because I know how this will work, is, something like that happens and the person who's most negatively affected by it will go to the other person and be like, hey, I won. And then the other person now needs to make this decision on what's fair, what's right. They were just trying to win their matchup. They can't go back and watch the other one. It's just like a whole mess. And Campo was pretty negatively affected by that because I wasn't, I was on vacation. I wasn't watching that stream. I wasn't hosting it, and so I really appreciate you being such a great sportsman about the whole thing. So.
Oh no, it's all good. And on that one, Steel played exceptionally well too. I was trying to claw back, and it wasn't like, the whole, like I was definitely the underdog in terms of the way I was playing in that match anyway. So I'm not too worried about that at all. But yeah, no, it was a good time, man. I appreciated the hosting of it and all that.
So, because this is just how we do things here on this channel, I didn't read the note again. Does anyone know how I get these passive indestructibles off of Mr. Octopus?
I don't, but you can pause nowadays and actually read the nodes.
That's... I figured it out, fortunately, but you're right. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I haven't started this yet.
It looks like you just need to heavy him.
Oh, okay. So this is like the Abyss Howard the Duck node or something.
I guess they were maybe trying to slow Gallon down a little bit. Maybe it was the intention, like by making you waste a harvest. But if you just do it from the beginning, that won't happen. So
Interesting.
You can't slow down Gallon.
No. I watched Rob's war video yesterday. I don't know if you caught that one yet with the Na impression, and Gallon one-shotting a rank 5 I Doom with like one harvest.
So,
or did I say I Doom? I Doom.
Is I was saying earlier, like now that I've fully joined SSX, spent a whole season there. You're back doing war videos. Like Bitter's now there, right? Like all these guys, right, who do videos. I now have like, I was exaggerating at the beginning, but I feel like about 10 war videos a day to watch. And just by virtue of being on vacation stuff, I've been watching Rob's. Rob's have really like captivated me this season. And so I did get to see a little bit of that. But I didn't understand the not impression. I didn't, there's clearly something I missed. So it went over my head a little bit.
I think possibly Na is not as good of a beer chugger as some of the other more seasoned folks in SSX, and I think he was making fun of like sipping the beer at the beginning, but I wasn't around for that joke either, so I don't 100% know.
What is the side quest? So George, you know what? I'm sorry. The side quest, man. This is not going to be the right place to find out about it. I can't stand that sort of side quest. Campo, you don't happen to know like how to do it or if the rewards are good or anything, do you?
No, I'm sorry. I haven't spent time in that yet. All I know is that I got 2 keys and that there's 5 threat levels, and it seems like there's another thing that unlocks additional paths. And the only other thing I know is it looks like it's just one big quest. It's not like every week a new one comes out. So I assume that you just go in when you have entries and you just play it and you try to explore the whole thing, and eventually you'll have ways to get to the other lanes. That's kind of where I'm going, but I'm actually not going to join until someone can confirm that for me, so I don't like do the wrong thing and then miss out on something. But I don't know. They've been better and better about making it so that like you can't, lock yourself out of rewards by doing something silly. So I'm not too worried about it.
What is this? So he's got an extra chance to evade, pass the buck. When the attacker gains more power, they are afflicted with a power sting. Yay. For 12 seconds. Okay. Each time the attacker is inflicted with a non-damaging debuff, the defender gains. Okay. Defective defense. Blocking attacks has 100% chance to apply a disorient debuff to the attacker, reducing block proficiency. Okay, so I need to build a handles evade.
Might be a mole man fight, actually, because you can intercept with the unstoppable to.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll deal with I don't know. That was a potential.
And I can never remember the science champions. I can never remember exactly which debuffs they apply. This was fragility, weakness, and something else. Do you remember? Does anyone in the chat know if you're like, hey, this is the one to go use this? It will just go quickly.
I always use Wasp, but I think iBomb would work for the weakness part of it.
Yeah. Mr. Fantastic places a lot of debuffs. Are any of those his?
If it said Petrify,
No.
then yes. Okay.
MXD Raid, what is up? Thank you so much for being here. What is up, BK? Shoot. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, Cap will do weakness with the other science champs.
Weakness, exhaustion, or fatigue.
Okay, so exhaustion is Spider-Man 2099, heavies, She-Hulk.
All right, and we need a couple options for the boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would Zemo work?
I think so. I don't really know Zemo yet. I haven't. He's like on my list of things to learn.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, it might work out.
All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. MSD, what's up, bud? Thanks for being here. She-Hulk SP1. I do like She-Hulk a lot. Scarco, what's up, dude? All right, go away. Stop it. I swear I was hitting skip. Man,
I feel like the skip button only scrolls through it nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you can't actually skip it.
Like, by skip, you mean just move ahead, right? Like, you've read it and you want to continue to move forward? Okay. All right, let's see here. Whittle down, transistor. Oh, this is all the striker stuff. Okay. Let's go. Spider-Man 99.
So they have like striker nodes now. That's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this one out. It looks like they, they even sold some striker rank up materials today.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, all of a sudden, I kind of started caring about ranking up strikers, but like when they first came out, I didn't care at all. But now, I feel like for prestige, like a lot of my peers have rank 3, 5 stars and everything, and it's really difficult to do that without buying offers, is what I'm finding. Because like those class-based ones only sort of show up in the Glory store and in the Battleground store, but then you have to kind of sacrifice buying traditional materials to get them.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I haven't quite figured out the ecosystem yet.
It doesn't feel like a smooth one as far as like the rank up materials and how you're acquiring strikers and whatnot. Like it has not felt smooth to me. I don't know if the term is linear. I don't think that's right. Because like I've had expiring resources, and I'm not buying today's deal. I feel like I bought a similar deal though, maybe in the last month or so, and ranked up a bunch of my stuff to that rank 3. The prestige increases. I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's nothing. I think if you're in like those top probably 10 or so alliances, maybe it's something that really matters and you're shooting for it or something like that. Yeah, I personally like the way it's all rolling out. Like, I love the fact that I'm playing in tier 1, or I have been, and I haven't felt like, oh, I really need this, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
I obviously watched your video on it as a refresher. Campo did a fantastic video on Relics. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But yeah, like, they've been fun in Battlegrounds, the striker.
That's the main impact I've found, for sure. In these types of quests, they're more just like a little added fun. But the other issue is like the cost to unbind and rebind. So if you, I guess like, you may have it on a champion that doesn't really benefit from the node. Like we were just looking for science champions with weakness and stuff. And it's like, oh, well, that's great, but it's on my Spot or something who doesn't have any of those debuffs. So am I going to pay the units or like the one-time cost to unbind it and put it on Captain America, but then like put it back on Spot when I go back to Battlegrounds? It's just, I don't know. It's a little clunky still.
I think that's one of those things where like Kabam was in a darned if you do, darned if you don't scenario. Meaning, I can see how once the whole system is fleshed out, like everyone's got a bunch of 3 and 4 and 5, not everyone, but you know, people pushing the envelope a bit, and they've just got this ranked up full roster of it that they don't want people just moving them around. I can kind of make sense of that. From, you know, they're just min-maxing everything. I think they want you to make strategic choices in a way.
Yeah, that's true.
But while it's early and, you know, you've just got your 3-star and 4-star and you want to test things and figure out how it works, having a cost to it really does affect your desire to test stuff, right? But if Kabam had came out and said, look, they're going to be free for 6 months and then we'll charge them. I mean, even I would have been making like the Dave Chappelle, you know, joke of like, you got any more of those free unbinds, you know, like, and so I think that's just kind of like, well, we'll just make the cost there from the get-go, and in 6 months everyone will forget about it. I would assume that, but I don't know. That's just kind of my thinking.
Yeah, no, I understand the need for the cost too. Like a cool thing would be if you use the same relic but a different rarity, you could get like a free swap. Like if you've been using 3-star Wolverine forever and then you pull a 5-star, you could like auto swap the 5-star on the same champ because you're like, oh, now I want to try the more powerful version, you know. But that's probably hard to code or something. I don't know.
No, you know what? That to me sounds like something that would have been really smart. Like that's the kind of stuff where like people like yourself in the CCP like find a solution to a problem, which would be great if they had come to us beforehand, right? But I feel like I'm not sure. Hey, dude, I have no clue how to fight Jessica Jones. You clearly do. Do I have any Zemo, right, and try to throw the SP1s to get my decelerate on? Is that my only real shot here?
I think so. Yeah. I know. I don't know exactly what happens, but like at some point when you throw specials, she puts a bunch of weaknesses on you and she goes unstoppable, so you can't throw specials. I think when she gets over 5 investigation. That's why last night I was like really reluctant to throw a special with Hulkling until I knew it would kill her even if it hit the block, because I was like kind of counting on Nerd dying, so I was just like, I need to kill her even if it takes a long time. But yeah, I usually just use Valkyrie, who is a hard counter. So yeah. And her animations are like oddly weird. Yeah, the heavy is like this just little knee kick, and it's like a lot shorter range than I expect it to be.
The good news is that her special animations are really short and don't take up a ton of the map.
It's like Daredevil's Hell's Kitchen.
Man, she really looks like she's going to be done there. Like, she really looks like that special 2, it looks like it's finished, and then she's like, nope. Right here. That looks done, and then she goes for a little bit more. Zemo appears to be a bit of a hard counter, huh?
This is working out.
Yeah.
Love it. Good to know. Yeah, you're reducing the investigation and stuff, so she's not ramping.
Zemo, good. Who knew?
Yeah, in the science quest.
Yeah.
This is the funny thing. It's always like bring a team of the class, but like maybe look at the lane because there might be, you know, a Jessica Jones or something on it, or or like a Domino or something, and it's like just bring Nimrod. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I'm trying to move through this quickly so I can get to the final 2, but in doing that and not looking at the full lane, you could roadblock yourself and make it take significantly longer.
Yeah, and like you hate to use items on this quest, but you know, restarting is almost as bad. So
this is why, again, like I was saying with the revives too, like I try to tend not to like give too many opinions when I don't really know. I don't think my revive situation is very common. I actually have a bunch of expiring revives, and so like it doesn't hit me hard, and so I don't think the community would really get much out of me saying like, hey guys, I have expiring revives. You know, I don't know why you're complaining, because that's not, I don't know, that just feels pretty tone deaf, right? I think that's the term people use.
Maybe, yeah. I think expiring revives are somewhat common, just because like currently you can only hold 15 until like without the sigil, assuming, and you get, you know, potentially one a day if not more.
Yeah.
From the 22-hour events, which most people, if you're playing enough, will hit that. Like a lot of people try to get level up and everything. So I'm in the same place, but then as soon as content hits, those just disappear.
Yeah, that's
so that
for sure.
cap increase, like Brian's original video talking about it as a buff for some players, there is some truth to that. I mean, they increased the cap of farmable revives to 40 because it's 20 plus 20, and half of those are 40%ers now, so that's like good. Because like it really does feel bad when the 20%ers are just constantly disappearing, you know. Like those are fine, like when EOP comes out, it's like, oh whatever, I'll just use an expiring 20%er, but farming 40% is like huge for me personally.
And so I actually watched Brian's. Well, I've listened to. As you know, I tend to listen to a lot of videos, and I listened to Brian's, and I think I'm the kind of player he was talking about. I think this is a massive buff for me, you know. And I actually thought that was cool that he categorized it there.
Yeah. It's definitely tricky, you know, like to call it a buff when it's like, I liked what Karate Mike said, which was, you know, yesterday you could farm infinity revives, and today you can farm one, you know, from the apothecary.
Yeah.
Which, like, yeah, there's some truth to that too, but yeah, I kind of understand from a game design standpoint. I don't know if you were in the chat, but I was talking about like playing Elden Ring or something, like a console game.
Yeah.
And if there was like this farm where I could just play MCoC and then auto farm souls for that game while I was playing MCoC, and then be like, okay, now that I'm done with MCoC, I can take my level 150 character and fight the first boss now. Like that's trivializing the game, you know, and that's what people were doing with the farm.
Yeah.
Was like while you're like you could be driving your car and just pushing a button and farming the revives, you know. I get it. I get that that's not a great game design. I don't like that they only gave us a 2-week notice that it was going away. That was kind of my biggest sticking point. Was like if the whole time they knew this wasn't supposed to be here and they were doing something about it, like a little bit more lead on that, I think would have been better. That's my take.
Yeah, it's like when Mole Man was fixed. Right? Like, all right, cool. I'm thinking you probably were aware of this for quite a bit longer than just now. Like, you didn't just wake up and realize this today. It would have been nice to have had a bit more notice, I guess. Even when EOP came out, I think if they were like, hey, you all have like a month and a half to do this the old way, but just know, you know, we're working on a substitute for 3.2.6. Yeah.
We'll give you more information later, but like it's not going to exist forever. So just keep that in mind.
Why is this taking so long? Cassie has a very small health pool. Her taunts aren't on me.
Well, she's shock immune, but that shouldn't really do much. Maybe it's just Mole Man out of frenzy doesn't hit that hard.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if
he doesn't. Yeah, because these health pools are pretty big if you don't use the science tactic. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's true.
they're pretty big health pools. Yeah.
Yeah. Just maybe there's a little more making her tanky too. Yeah, you're right though, because it's like over 300,000 health, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yusafa, thanks, buddy. I'm feeling well enough to do this. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. Nick136 raid. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here, buddy. All right. Skip. Don't push buttons and drive. That is true. Scarco with the sage advice, the sage wisdom here.
Absolutely.
What was this guy's deal? He's gonna evade more than normal. Defective defense.
And he does the thing where you get a power sting, but if you intercept, the power sting goes over to him.
He's not fun to intercept.
Yeah.
So I already have 3, and he's gonna evade everything. Oh no, his evade's not up right now. Okay.
Yeah, the evade's off now. Nice. I saw that intercept a couple seconds ago.
So, right there, if you guys saw, I just took a combo to the face. Like, it felt like almost out of nowhere. Like, that's something that a long time ago, I would have called an input issue, and I actually don't think it is. I think that was truly my fault. And if for those of you, I know I've been on vacation, so I haven't streamed or put up videos much lately. I found that it doesn't happen a lot in this chair. This is one of the chairs I play in the most. But like the angle that I'm holding the phone at and playing consistently at the same angles, and I feel like the phones are so sensitive now that I was technically late. I was surprised when it happened, but when it did happen, I could say like, oh yes, I actually was late. That was true. Where me not that long ago would have called it an input issue. I don't know how else to explain it aside from that, but that was an example of it for sure.
Yeah, it's tough in this, I don't know what you want to call it, post input issues world or whatever. Yeah. To like really know, you know, because there was a time where it was like very obvious, but it got a little murky in terms of like when things got better and like if we were just adjusting to new things. And you bring up a really good point about differences in people's devices, and you know.
Don't get me wrong, I think there are still input issues. Like sometimes my champions will just all of a sudden be like, we're gonna have you in the corner. Just like, why would you do that? So I'm not saying there's not. A lot of the things I would have historically called input issues, I don't think they are. I think it's truly me playing at different angles and things like that. Skill attackers gain a permanent passive fury, blah, 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 blah. What? Each time a damaging debuff is purified. Okay, so we want skill champions who put on damaging debuffs, yeah? Is that the idea here?
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. And I guess that one has incinerate, but that might just be that specific path. I don't know if that trial by fire is everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When the attacker reaches 1 bar of power, the defender gains a bar of power. Oh, they get a power gain buff. Okay. Science attacks reduce the potency of the defender's poisons effects by 85%. Additionally, when a science attacker dodges an attack or performs a well-timed block, all of their poison debuffs and passives are removed. I don't know.
I think they want you to use like a Spider-Verse champion and knock him down a bunch or something. Like they're trying to play into the spider lore there. But you'll probably need poison immune if not.
Okay, thank you. So damaging debuff skill attackers, right?
Mm-hmm. Elsa is great here. I don't know if you have her ranked. But
Oof. I don't know if you want to watch me play Elsa. I'm a little...
maybe not. It's okay.
Or maybe you could teach me. Maybe that could be fun.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Hit monkey in case it goes very poorly. I'm all of a sudden realizing that a lot of my ranked up skill attackers don't apply damaging debuffs. And
yeah, Nicholas is probably good.
yeah, he's my like break glass in case of emergency type of thing.
Love it.
Yeah. The Shamat, the whole side quest, dude. I realize there's some people who like them. I realize someone worked very hard on it, and so I feel a bit badly about it. But this is the kind of side quest that I cannot stand. Anything where it's like, okay, you go here, and then you do the quest, and then you're gonna get a thing, and then you're gonna use that thing, and you're gonna go to another place. I'm like, you've already lost me. Like you've already lost me. Unless that ultimate prize is like some outrageous reward, I've already stopped wanting to pay attention. And what I traditionally do in these moments is I wait till Cat Murdoch puts out a really great infographic, and I thank her for it, and then I go do the quest as best as I can. So is he just gonna evade everything?
He's probably going to evade some of your projectiles, but if you stun him and do a medium, then you can get a cold snap up. But yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, he's a jerk.
Yeah, projectiles. This might be kind of rough, actually. Sorry.
That's all right. Not your fault. Okay. We will start over, though.
Yeah, I think this might be a good Nick Fury fight.
So
that's probably one of the few times that she's god awful when you have 100% chance to evade like all of her bullets.
That was awesome. Scorpion and Torch are amazing in general for this. What's complicated about side quests? Isn't it one of the ones, Skarko, where you gotta go do a quest, you get like a key, and that unlocks a quest, and then you do the quest, and that unlocks like another quest type of thing? It's basically like what are those Russian dolls where you just keep opening it and there's another one underneath? That's how I feel. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Please let people know. Oh, this is Campo. Campo is on call. A phenomenal channel. We should probably get that linked. If any moderators are able to link Campo's channel, I would appreciate it. Has SSX eased up a little bit, or are they still making you take all the toughest fights on the map?
Actually, the last couple wars have been pretty easy, fortunately. Yeah, no, it's been fun to be back, and like honestly, the load of fighting is less overall than like my last season there, because I was planning, and I kind of did the thing that a lot of planners do, where they're just like, oh, I'll just take that fight, and I don't want to send my friend to that fight. I'll just take it. So I ended up with these like really big wars back then, but it's kind of nice to be back to just like 5 fights average.
Yeah.
And typically that's the way SSX does stuff too. Like most people don't have more than 7 fights. Occasionally Nerd has one of his like insane wars, but
Nerd and Doom and Bean. Bean wants like 15 fights of war.
yeah.
But he solos them, so it's like, all right, that's cool, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I was definitely nervous when I saw Node 23 Nick Fury on my first war back to tier 1. I was like, oh god. I mean, and I had been taking that a bunch in Cat's Alliance, but like it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
Because I would often die when I was just kind of going in and not thinking about it too much. It's definitely one of those nodes that you got to really, really prepare for.
What the heck just happened there? So to me, that's definitely something that should not have happened. I was in the middle.
Yeah, it looked like you were mid combo
I
through a special one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he just, and I wasn't like going slow or anything. That's not, that one wasn't on me. That's the kind of thing where I'm like, that just shouldn't happen because he didn't go unstoppable.
No, it was just like he just threw it.
Yeah.
I guess Suida has just been training the champion to do next level stuff, even as a defender.
The champion's actually Suida's like biggest longtime member. Apparently, he just watches his videos nonstop. So it wasn't a bad move. Let me go back. Just R5 my 5-star Scorpion instead of R2 my 6-star Torch. Was it a bad move? No, I don't know. If you're getting good mileage out of your Scorpion, that's great, man. 7 stars are coming, so if you're using a 5-star and a 6-star for like the same job, but I think you're probably using Torch and Scorpion for different things. But if you're using for like the same thing in your roster, then I would maybe say lean towards the 6-star, just because 7 stars are coming. But Scorpion's amazing. I don't think there's anything wrong with maxing one out if you're using it. Wong, what's up, bud? The keys are given from calendar starting today, 2 each day. Enough keys to do 2 full difficulties. Not sure what those solo objectives envelopes about though. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the part. That's the Russian doll thing that you were talking about. I don't know what that is yet. They say they're like clues or something. I'm like, that doesn't sound fun. I need someone to tell me what to do.
Yeah. Again, Cat Murdoch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully she decides that she wants to do that this month.
Yeah, those are extremely helpful.
Oh, you know what? Those are like I think what they're trying to do there, I would assume, is like create community engagement. You know, where we all kind of work together, and maybe there's like a duel system, because those are sometimes kind of fun, where people like, you got to duel this champion or beat this champion and to get your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
I mean, it does, to the point that like it usually just means like 99% of the people don't engage and they just ask in a chat who's the duel, and then someone else knows. So I mean, sure. I mean, Alliance Quest is engaging too, because you assign paths and people communicate with each other.
Yes, it technically might be engagement. It's not the engagement that I am here for.
Yeah.
So True Potential. The envelope contains codes. You enter the code to open rewards.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you get a key to do the quest. You do the quest to get the envelope. You do the envelope opening to get the code. You put the code into something, and then that gives you rewards. That's what I'm talking about. That's like 4 steps removed from what I actually want it to be, which is I do the quest, I get rewards. Or I do the request and I get some sort of token that I then use somewhere, and I get my things because I get stuff and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to do that, I would just play The Legend of Zelda, because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like, get the 3 things to unlock the thing so you can get the other thing, but you need to do this thing, you know?
Oh man, Zelda was such a great game, man. You're of an age where I believe you played the original gold one.
I did, on the NES.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What a game.
It really, really was, right? Like, I'm sure they were inspired by something else. I've never really watched the story of Zelda, but it feels like that game is just still influencing games today, right?
Yeah. There was just a game that came out about a year ago called Tunic, which is like a little fox game. It's kind of just like a cute game, but it basically, they ripped off original Zelda. Like the whole, and they've said it themselves, like the whole concept. There's actually like an instruction manual that you build in the game as you play it. And the instruction manual is like very similar to the original Zelda one that you get like with the hard case, the cartridge.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool.
They're like, and our main character is this short little fellow named Mink. Oh, yeah, see, this is what we're talking about. Like, probably would have been good to have someone for this I-bomb. Elsa shrugs non-damaging debuffs, right?
Yeah, she's not going to be able to do that. I mean,
Nick. Yeah.
Nick and YOLO style, but like he will definitely be quite poisoned by the bleeds and everything.
If I keep throwing special ones and to get enough tactical charges, won't he eventually get rid of all debuffs? Is that right?
That I don't. Is that true? I know he not on knockdowns he gets rid of non-damaging.
It looks like this I-bomb doesn't care. He does not want me to get to enough tactical charges regardless.
Yeah, I think you might be able to nuke it in time, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, here we go. I think real Nick's gonna save the day.
Yeah.
PWF, always with the links. Thank you, my friend. Kat, I'm collecting data for Sinister Vault. Yeah. If honestly, it's because it looks like there's some folks who are not new to the game, but aren't like, these long-term 8-year players. If you're not following Kat Murdoch on Twitter, and actually YouTube, she does some really cool stuff with the shorts these days, with her drawings. I highly recommend it. Like her, Dan from Frontline, and the Aunt May site, is it Slugberg, right? I'm always scared I'm going to say the name incorrectly. Mm-hmm. Those are like the 3 go-to sources for so much MCoC information. Like the game would be, I think, significantly more difficult without them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Aunt May has not been updated the last, I think it's probably only been like 2 months, but it feels like it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, it's scary.
So Elsa, do I want to do these first, the Light Ender?
I usually do a few of the Light Enders, and then I throw a special one, and then I get rid of all the Light Enders, and then I start doing Medium Enders. And then I get to the special 2 usually, but on this node the medium enders are fine because of the, like, you get bonuses for the damaging debuffs and stuff anyway. So there's kind of not really a rotation for her here. It's just kind of feel it out. But I would wait for the special 2 until your charges come back, which will happen in like a second.
And why is that?
Because you need to have like the little 6 next to the behemoth busters, like those need to be loaded for them to do all the damage on the special 2. Okay. So they were on, you kind of threw it when there were none, so sadly.
Oh.
Yeah. But her crit rate is like outrageously high, as we're seeing here. That's just in her kit. She has one of the highest crit rates in the game.
Oh, very good. Nick, I'm not. Unfortunately, I had set aside to stream and cover the match. It was originally going to be at 11 o'clock my time, which is in 7 minutes. And the guys had to move it to 7 minutes from now. And there's just nothing I could do. I got to get back to work and whatnot. So, but I highly recommend you check it out. Like, please do. That's I in a weirdly, it's not a weird way, in a genuine way. If you're only going to be able to watch one thing, I'd love you to watch one of the BG matchups in my tournament. All right. So what was I supposed to do with this guy? Just knock him down, right?
Yeah. Additionally, if you dodge, what is it? Dodge or knockdown. And then what's up with the falter? That's just the only thing I want to double check there.
Yeah, I got impatient. It looks like if I'm out of striking range, then he's gonna get the falter.
Oh, is it like through that unstoppable node?
I don't know. I'm already really confused.
The poisons won't really do damage on you, which is the good news.
Yeah. That is
so
the good news.
Yeah, you can just, I think when you dex, you convert them or something.
Spider-Ham is just destroying this. Look at that. He's even like resisting heavies. He means business.
Yeah. As somebody who so often breaks my heavy, or breaks my block with his heavy, that's nice.
Dude, we're 2 for 2 on the heavy resist. I'm very excited about this right now.
Stand your ground is underrated.
It really is, dude. Since I've maxed it out, thanks to Spot, I have really grown to love it.
Yeah, we all like to think, oh, I'm never going to get hit by a heavy. Why would I need that mastery?
Yeah.
But it comes in handy.
Although I'm starting to really get destroyed here.
That AI is always rough on Mysterio.
So if anyone does have links, I think Zuzu is streaming, and I know Bitter is. I truly mean it. If you're only gonna watch one thing, go watch these guys. They're putting on a heck of a show. Let them know I sent you. If you want to stay here, that's obviously cool. We'll hang out. We're gonna do our best. I'll be going for another 25 minutes or so. But I mean it. I put a lot into those tournaments. I love them. They and all the competitors do an amazing job. And I think it does take a lot of it takes a lot to get up there and compete in a tournament and live stream it like that. So I'd love to get a couple extra eyes on them. They deserve it. Yeah, it looks like I just stay away from him, then he gets the falter.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's like that one, like the unstoppable node, where like if you're far away, you become unstoppable.
Yeah, I can't think of what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. What I can't figure out is why he's going unblockable at times.
Oh, that's the, what is it, Counter Strike? It's like every time you dex, you get the passive Fury. And then when you get to 10, he goes unblockable. That's like a pretty old node that I haven't seen in a while.
I feel like he's also gaining power at an absurd rate.
Yeah, I think it's like if he goes over 1 bar of power, he gets a power gain or something like that.
This isn't gonna go well.
Sweet falter though.
Yeah.
I'm catching up. I think I'm a couple seconds behind.
All right. Exactly like we drew it up. Exactly like we drew it up. Let me get up these guys' streams because I'm being serious. I mean, you guys stay here, hang out. We're having a great time. But these tournaments mean a lot to me, and the all the guys and gal who compete in it mean a lot to me too. So I think these are great channels with people who are trying to be helpful and entertain at the same time. And so I'd love to support them as much as possible. So that's Bitter's side of it. He's going up against Zuzu. I think Zuzu maybe is not able to. I know that he was having some issues with his stream last time too. So there's a chance he's not able to get that going. In which case, he should be streaming on my server. I'm not seeing that. So maybe there's just a slight delay or something like that. But he should be streaming on my server, and folks who've earned kind of like specialized roles of honor, super active people who've been there a long time, sharing, asking questions, answering questions, being real helpful, have access to the stream room for that. So there's Bitter's stream too. So make sure you all check that out. Again, feel free to hang out here as well. Whatever you'd like to do. But if you could, maybe at least go drop by, subscribe to that young man Bitter. He's doing some really cool stuff, showing us how to use those champions and things like that. And yeah, enjoy that. So I think DLL and Bryce are supposed to be going too in just a couple of minutes.
Today. Yeah.
Yeah. But Guile, who's the Nova guy? The guy that likes to play Nova? Is that what you mean? That would probably be Sire, the leader of For Loki. Loves Nova. I think it was like one of his first 6 stars, and he maxed him out, and it's been like true love ever since. Just MCoC marital bliss.
Nova's like the least good champion that I have the most fun with. I'll put it that way. Like, he's really fun to play, but like he still frustrates me.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay, this looks like a good path. I'm actually looking at paths now because I do want to at least get down to one of these guys. Immune attackers, indefinite passive fury. Every time they gain a regen buff. Ooh, I know who we're using. Each hit on the special attack.
Is this like a Horseman Wolverine quest?
You know it, my friend. You know it.
All right.
Actually, so wait, power shield. Will bleed still do damage? I can never remember.
Yeah, that's the old school version of power shield, so it should. Yeah, and then if you happen to proc bleeds during a special, they will get the multiplier too, which is great.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then Sandman, infecting the defender with incinerate, cold snap, or rupture effects, grants the attacker an endurance passive, shortening the duration of Jesus Christ. Shortening the duration of future non-damaging debuffs by. So if you put one of those things on him, it's going to shorten the duration of non-damaging debuffs by 3%. For a max of 10%.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm reading it correctly. The first hit of the defender's heavy attack pauses all non-damaging debuffs on the attacker for 10 seconds. Fine. Every 5 critical hits, a skill attack lands, purifies all. Okay, so we should use skill attackers. He's got Limber. And power each time the attacker is inflicted with any debuff, the defender gains power. Ooh, okay. Do you know this man's kit well?
I don't. I'm again very behind this month.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to just do it. Just jump in, feet first. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Definitely. Like if DLL was here, he would have the strats for you. But unfortunately, yeah, there's only so much time to do all the things I like to do, my friend. I just can't. I can't know everything.
And you know what, Campo? You are enough. You are plenty, and I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, I
feel validated. Thanks, Big.
That's why I'm here. All right, everyone, that was a great stream. We've accomplished our goal. All right, Wolverine for sure, because he's amazing. I don't even remember how else do you get the heals? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, I bet even like 5-star regular Wolverine.
You do something. What is it you do?
Oh, the
special attacks. So okay,
yeah.
And yeah, let's just for safety's sake, let's bring in APOC and Cable, just because you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
And then skill attackers. Let's see if they keep with the current theme of not necessarily hard countering, but it makes sense. Like Zemo might be good for Mr. Sandman there, and we'll go Shang-Chi. I think it's going to be a mistake. I think probably should have brought in Kingpin, but hey, we make mistakes so you don't. Manuel, what's up, dude? Use Shang-Chi. What's up, bud? Big boy. What's up, Shivy?
I think there is some unstoppable in his kit, right? So honestly, Shang-Chi might be a good idea.
Shang-Chi. So Campo, I think we were friends when this was going on. Yeah, must have been. I love Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And just by virtue of war and whatever, I have not played him that much. Sire used to sign me some Shang-Chi every once in a while, which was cool. And PWF, I think Clown did too. I don't really fully remember. But I didn't get to use them a ton. But now that, again, I'm with the CPAs here, those paths aren't assigned, so it feels a bit more like utility is really important. He's so good. It's reminding me of how good he is. Yeah,
I love him, and I just recently took mine to rank 3 because it took me forever to actually get him. I think I used him a lot in Battlegrounds last season, and that was sort of my first entree into learning how to play him. And it's pretty easy to get started with him, and then just where you go from there. It's so amazing to see some of the crazy things that some people are able to do with him too, you know?
Absolutely.
The unblockable is like possibly my favorite part. Like you can just do the 4 hits into block.
Yeah. The one mistake I always make with that one is forgetting that it's actually a buff. I've gotten myself into trouble with that, forgetting that it's a buff, because I love that. Like in the videos I did on him, I'll always be like, and let's just say you want to go unblockable, and so like I'll just start going unblockable, and then bad things happen to me. I did not mean to go on this path. I meant to go on an easier path. If Cersei starts causing problems, we will back out.
They gave her the America Chavez AI with the heavy right out of the gate.
They really did. They're like, do we have a beautiful tan-skinned woman? She's gonna hit you a lot. That's just how it's gonna work.
Nice.
Jeez. Oh, she's got her glancing up. Yeah, we might be backing out of this, fellas.
This is kind of a rude placement too, because like the whole point of the node is to do regen and increase your attack, but then like you hit her with 1 medium and she goes into glancing.
Yeah, okay, we're starting over. I feel like that's what they've been doing though a little bit. Like I didn't finish the last EQ for time reasons. But I feel like they've been trying to be like, okay, you're gonna have to read the nodes and you're gonna have to look at the lane. Like, considering this is the hardest, highest difficulty of the EQ, I don't mind that.
Yeah, it is supposed to be a step harder than Cav, you know?
Yeah.
And it still feels less tedious than when Cavalier difficulty first came out, if I remember. I remember like the first few months of the Cavalier difficulty, which is when they instituted these like class-based things. It felt very, like, just really, really time-consuming.
You know what? There's someone kind of annoying on all of these lanes too. This is interesting. When you're in when you're in a hurry, it's not great. But like I said, it's the highest difficulty. You get pretty good rewards. I kind of almost prefer that I have to think a little bit. See ya, Pro Gamer. Thanks for being here, bud. All right, let's try to get to this. I'm seeing what time it is, and I'm like, shoot. I don't think we're gonna... I want to at least get to Sandman. Put Sandman and Shocker on the thumbnail.
This kind of happened to me last month too, because I did the same thing, and I was like, oh no, I said I was going to be done, but it takes longer than you think sometimes.
It does. Yeah.
Like an hour and a half usually.
Hopefully people will forgive me. Because often you guys know me, I'll be like, well, I'll go for another 10 minutes. This is when I can't. Obviously I'm not reading the timer right, because I thought her evade was down.
Oh, that must... Is there a timer on the node or something? I guess there's 2 timers in this fight. That's always fun.
Yeah.
At least they're not overlapping like that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Whoa, did not mean to do that. That was funny to see Wolverine come out of nowhere. Alright, Wasp, come on, dude. It's not the time to be shy, Wasp.
She just wishes she had a bigger part in the movie, I guess.
Yeah. She's like, it should be Wasp and the Ant-Man. I haven't seen it yet.
I liked it. I I tend to like things even if other people don't, just because like I'm very easily entertained.
Yeah.
So it was just a fun movie.
Dude, I do think you and I sound similar in this, because for me, I'm like, okay, I'm watching a movie where ultimately people are traveling through time. A lot of them are wearing tights. Like, I'm not looking for, Macbeth here or what have you. Like,
yeah, I've got my go-to movies of like, oh, this is amazing, and I'm gonna watch it a million times. But like Marvel movies, they're just fun.
Yeah, and I don't mean that as an insult. Like that. That's like, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the coming or the trailer for Blue Beetle?
No, actually, I haven't.
Dude, I mean, it's just a trailer, so who knows? But it looks like it hit the nail on the head for exactly what we're just saying.
Cool.
Which is part of why, like, the Guardians of the Galaxies are so good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or some of the Thors that are great.
Yeah, totally. They really put some defenders that are like, bait their special one. They're gonna just idle in the corner for a while.
Yeah.
They're gonna evade if you do stuff.
This quest, like, once we hit Cersei and backed out, I really did take a look at the lanes, and this looked like the least, the one that was going to require the least amount of actual counters. Like, I could kind of just play the mutant portion of it. But I'm not sure. Basically, for all those watching in Campo, when you get to this one, start paying a little attention on your paths, I think.
That kind of tracks with the last couple months. Like, the final two quests were both a little bit more annoying.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, we're getting, like, Tier 3A and Tier 6 Basic, right, out of this, so I don't know.
Actually, you may have not seen it. They're giving out 25% Tier 6 class for doing this month as an objective. For this, yeah. There's a new objective that is probably Paragon only, but if you do, you just have to beat the quest and you get 25%, that's a first.
Shoot, guys, I'm gonna have to go in a minute. I don't think we're gonna get to it, and I apologize. Yeah, fully explored just for the rep. Oh my gosh, 25%.
That's 1/12 of a rank 5, man.
Dude, when this next big sale it looks like they're setting up for something with Gwenpool items or the bobbleheads or whatever.
Yep.
I think we're gonna see some rank 5s. I could be wrong, but you guys know
I'm nervous. Yeah, I mean, this stuff always makes me nervous, but I'll be fine. Like, I have a really cool rank 5, and it feels great.
But yeah, I could see it as a. But my words mean nothing. I know. As you know, I'll probably go full whale on the sales. I've stopped crystals and everything, but the big sales will probably still go. But yeah, well, we'll see. Who knows? Yeah, Scarco, when I said coming attraction, I was like, that is a very dated term. That is a very dated term. And for anyone who's looking for the match, I linked it earlier. I will not be covering it. The guys had to move it back an hour. And I had already set aside for my day to stream, at the time it was 11 to like about now. I really do need to stop in a minute. But please go watch the guys. Like, if you only are going to be able to watch one thing, I would rather you watch the competitors in that tournament. The tournament means a lot to me, as I believe you all know, and the people competing in it. I appreciate their efforts, and I'd like to get as many eyes on those channels and on those players as possible. And Bitter, I don't think when we checked last, Zuzu, I'm starting to get better at playing while not looking at the phone, which is a little scary. but it was just Deadpool. But Zuzu was not streaming. Last I had checked, I know that he was having a little bit of difficulty with setting that stuff up.
Yeah, I can't see him. I see DLL is screen sharing currently.
Okay, so people
for his match, so anyone in the server can watch that.
Yeah, so anyone with those specialized roles on my server who've earned them can watch DLL's side. He is actually going up against Bryce. Let me see if Bryce should be streaming on YouTube. Yeah, here's Bryce. So if you want to see DLL versus Bryce, check out this. Bryce is live streaming on YouTube, and he is in first place of his group, I think. Yeah, but maybe he's in second. If DLL wins that match 3-1, DLL will actually advance. So that's a pretty big one. And then here is Bitter Steel. Now, Bitter Steel and Zuzu are both 2-0, so they are playing for seeding, and the whole field is outrageous. But I think the second place in their group goes against like Happy McMuffins in the first round. The field's good, but you don't want to face Happy McMuffins. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Like,
maybe in the finals, but yeah.
Yeah, when you're facing Happy McMuffins, you want it to be like, I won, and I won the whole thing. Like, you're not looking for that to be your initial matchup here.
I was looking at where Nerd ended up, and he's going up against Legacy, FinTech, and TJ. So I'm like, you know what? I am fine having lost. Like, I wasn't going to make it out of there alive anyway. Oh, man. I mean,
see, that's the thing, right? Is like, I totally get it, and like, I hear you. And I think Na ended up saying something similar. But it's like, you guys are in that group, you know? Like, there's a reason why you took Nerd to 3. It's just, yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, Yusuf is asking. Yeah, I really enjoyed your guys' commentary. It was fun. I watched the whole thing after because I was honestly on like a real high from it. It was so fun, the whole matchup, and like it was really fun to bring it back to 5 because like it kind of looked like I was gonna get swept at first. So like just bringing it to the last match like that, it felt really cool. And plus, Nerd's just like one of my good friends, so I didn't really care at all. But yeah, that Mephisto, man, it's got to learn how to throw that special 3 earlier.
Yeah, your Mephisto. Train him. You got to talk to that Mephisto, man. He is not doing you any favors. Be like, dude, you have one job. It's to gain a lot of power and cause problems.
Yeah. There was one match where we both tanked special 3s from Mystics and ended with like 1% health or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I forgot that one was really funny to watch too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Earlier in the stream, you said it, and I was like, oh, so you did hear me being like, why isn't he throwing his special? Why isn't he throwing his special? And then I was like, okay, it's Campo. There's probably a very good reason he's not throwing his special. It was when you were using Hulkling against Jessica Jones.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure I could close it out because like it was going to go unstoppable, and I needed to make sure I had enough damage so that like even if it hit her block, she would die.
Yeah. No, it was obviously smart. Yeah. It was just you knowing her kit and me not. Shoot, guys, I cannot be late for what I need to go do. We are pushing the boundaries here, fellas. We are pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable. Dude. I really wanted to get hit there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bust out the 5-star OG Wolverine for this quest.
Yeah.
Those regen procs that he gets are like ridiculous, especially if you make him a horseman. Although I guess a bunch of people have 6-star Wolverine now because they just released him.
That's right. I think I was on vacation or something, and there was even an arena for him, wasn't there?
I believe so, yeah. And there were calves and stuff, so I'm sure a lot of people have him. which is cool. I'm glad that they feel it's time for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm glad I kicked the cav habit before that happened, though. Because I would have wanted
could see that
Wolverine,
one.
you know?
Right.
Shoot. And all my mutants are metal. Why? Why? That's what I was saying. Like, all the paths kind of had a thing. I forgot about this.
Yeah, that they definitely put this there as like a little bit of a middle finger. I mean, because like most people are going to pick the champs you did, plus, you know, like Archangel. But it seems like APOC is doing okay here.
Yeah, you should. That's unit. I mean, you haven't rank 4, right?
Yeah, he was my first rank 4.
Yeah, I remember. It was like December. I was listening to your video. I don't remember why you were talking about APOC, but you were talking about him and like in Battlegrounds and him being pretty good still. It was cool. Do you remember?
I found him. I forget who I used him against, but I will say, like, in Conflictor, it's good to have him in your deck because even though he's a little bit slower, the fact that he turns off the node Conflictor means that you can. Sometimes that's enough to survive, you know, whereas your opponent's going to die. But and also he gets the benefit of the arms race, so his special 2 hits nice and hard.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get in. We're gonna get in like
All
one
right,
or two attempts.
One try.
Yeah. So this way I can be like, I did not totally lie on the thumbnail.
I mean, they're in the load screen, so technically they appeared.
Thank you. All right. What did we say here? Okay, so don't do those things. That's bad for you. Limber. Each time is afflicted with a debuff. So Shang-Chi cleanses. So let's start off. Let's start off with Zemo, because Manuel said Chi. So we'll save Shang-Chi for when I have a slightly better idea on the moveset here. I'm kind of remembering this from DLL's video. I think you actually want to hit his block. Wow, that is a scary SB2. Okay, not hard to evade though. That felt like it felt like the game was missing some frames there. Okay, don't do that. Why was he not rooted, I wonder?
Everyone's been asking for Root's immunity, but I don't think he's the first one, so
yeah, sure. I don't think that was a thing. That heavy's not too bad. It's actually nice and slow. Okay.
I think he goes unstoppable when he gets like a lot of those resistance charges, but I only really briefly read his kit. I haven't watched any of the videos yet.
Oh, you know what? He's immune. He's got like 3 immunities, doesn't he? I remember being pretty excited about that when I read his kit.
Bleed, yeah, he's definitely. It's like what, bleed and.
That was a pretty cool. I mean, the animations are gorgeous.
Yeah. And the buffs, I remember they said the buffs fall off one at a time because it's supposed to mimic like sand falling off. The debuffs, I mean. Okay, so that definitely pushes you way back, even if you can evade it. That's special too.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like a really nice punish in there. It feels like there might be. Like, this feels like you might even be able to do that whole, like, I wonder why he's not getting rooted.
He did once though, right?
That's right, yeah, off my special 2, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
He's either I'm just using an ideal counter, or he's not that bad.
He's not really doing anything to you that, yeah. Although I think bleeds remove his little resistance stacks, kind of like with Thing.
Yeah.
You know, like how when you use like Nick Fury against Thing, you'd never have to worry about him going unstoppable. So that might be part of it.
Yeah, you're right. That's what the removing his resistance up. You're 100% correct. It's like whenever he triggers, whenever one of his immunities is triggered, you remove the resistance up, and he uses those resistance up to do things. I'm recalling DLL's spotlight with context. All right, guys. Campo, first of all, Hughes, thank you for hanging out. Guys, I really do need to go. I'm pushing the boundaries of what's reasonable here already. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. This was fun. Go watch Bitter Steel, Bryce, Zuzu, and DLL. Please cheer them on. The Vega Battlegrounds Championship, the group stage is literally ending with these two matchups. The bracket will be complete, and we'll be starting the first round of the knockout stage as soon as these guys get their stuff scheduled. And I know they're already working on it, so we'll get that going. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Campo, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great day.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.